comments, because the more people subscribe, the more the content gets pushed out to more viewers, and those viewers can join this growing community and post tips and tricks, or they can post requests which I can then go review, and then I can share with every single person. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the intro, which says Three.js HDR made simple, and just like that, on to the show. Okay, as you can see here, I'm using the Courtyard EXR image. I just converted to HDR format using GIMP. I'll show you how I did all of that. As you can see, it's a fantastic image, and this is the one I use for all the Blender, when I do the Blender Python tutorials. This is the one I do use because you can see it has it's a courtyard, it has the dog down there, it has like the sun outside. It basically has everything except, obviously, it even has some trees somewhere. Yeah, see the trees in the background there. So it basically has everything I need, especially for lighting. The only one that it's not is obviously it's not like the forest or winter, but I'm saying is this is perfect for, it has like, you know, dark shades, all that stuff. It makes it really, really awesome. So let's get started. So high dynamic range, in case you don't know what that is, these are images that display realistic lighting and environments on the web. So for example, if you could spend a lot of time creating your 3D models, and what happens is that they will look flat. It's not because the model is terrible, it's simply that the lighting isn't there. Like for example, some of the stuff I did earlier, I was shocked at how, like, it looks great in Blender, but then when I export out, it was lacking. It was only when I started using HDR images, I was like, wow, that's fantastic, exactly the way I wanted it to look. So it looks fantastic. So because you can mimic the same thing or get the same thing with perfect lighting, but the problem is when you have spotlights, area lights, it's really, really hard to get it exactly the way you want. Even though, so, and it also doesn't look realistic. So HDR image work really, 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 really nice, and I'll show you this examples of where, for example, if you follow me on ojambo.com, you'll see some of, especially the earlier stuff I was doing in 2025. You could see that it was very, very bland, right? Even the colors, for example, when I would make something gold, it didn't look golden, right? No matter how fancy the model was, the colors. What I'm saying is this just makes it really, really nice. Even basic colors just pop when you're using HDR images, especially when you're using like the EV renderer. So we're going to use the Courtyard EXR image. I grabbed this from Blender 4.5. I'm pretty sure it hasn't changed. It's probably the same in 5.0 as well, and I just converted it. So there you can convert it several ways. For example, I said I use GIMP. Unfortunately, GIMP doesn't do KTX and KTX2, so those ones you have to get them from the Khronos group. They do have tools on GitHub for you to download, and you can do your conversion that way. Three.js Three.js does support KTX. I don't know about KTX2. I believe they do as well. We can test it out today. So basically, what an HDR image is, it stores a wide range of brightness values than standard images like JPEGs or PNGs. So this allows the scene to look more realistic when used for environmental lighting, reflections, and backgrounds. On the web, HDR images are rendered using WebGL with libraries like Three.js. For example, one of the things I always do when I export a GLB file, you guys have seen, I'm using the model viewer. So that's a Google, it's free open source library by Google, and that just makes life easier. But I want to try different things, so that's why we're doing today's tutorial with just Three.js, which is a JavaScript library that simplifies WebGL. It provides loaders for HDR formats, camera controls, and rendering utilities. This makes it ideal for beginners who want to experiment with modern web graphics without writing low-level WebGL code. So in case you don't know, the WebGL, there was WebGL, basically version 1. That made it really, really easy. And then WebGL version 2, the problem with that one, you had to create your own shader. So it gave you more control, but it was a little bit more low-level. And then there's WebGPU, that's the most hyped stuff right now. That one is even more because that one give you more direct access to the GPU. So obviously it will be faster, more efficient, but the problem is you have to write more code. And for example, some of you guys might just be graphic artists or you're not comfortable getting at least at that low level. However, that's where libraries like Three.js comes in. Okay, so for web browser support, there's 3 formats. There's HDR, that's one we're going to use today. It's a radiance format. It's widely used in Three.js and easy for beginners. This is also the one I use in the model-viewer. There's EXR or OpenEXR. It's a high quality but large and slow in browsers. So this one is less supported. KTX is an older GPU texture container with limited modern use. So this one you probably won't even see it. I don't think there's any browser that does support it, even though it's older. And then there's KTX2, which is the best choice for the web and good compression and performance. Unfortunately, as I said, there are very few tools to convert it to this one. For example, you'd expect like game engines and stuff like that, but I think they just simplify it using the same old, PNG, JPEG, and GIFs. Okay, so for learning and simple demos, HDR are fine, but for real websites, KTX2 is the one that's actually recommended. So these are the ways to do the conversion. So for example, I said Blender comes with the Courtyard. It's an EXR format. I'll show you that what it looks like, and then you can convert it to KTX2. So the normal part of the web graphics development is not an advanced topic. You can install OpenImageIO, which is a free and open source, and you can then do the conversion from EXR to Courtyard. So for this one, I just use I use GIMP because I have GIMP. So GIMP is the one I use to do the conversion, and then to convert to KTX2, you can download the KTX software tools by the Khronos group. Those are the ones that came up with the format, even the GLTF. They have a tool called TOKTX, obviously 2KTX command, which is optimized for the web optimized KTX2 file. And this will produce the GPU-friendly texture suitable for production websites. So, and then obviously you want to show this in the browser. So I have you can expand this and just grab this code. I already have it here, and just and basically you'll be able to see it. Now I do have a demo. The demo doesn't work because I think the file is too large. So that's most likely why it's not working. But I'm going to leave it here because I expect in the future, probably in a year or so, most web browsers, including obviously phones and stuff, they will be able to easily support this. So I'm going to leave it there for historical reasons. But basically, I just took a screenshot, and we'll test this out in a web browser as well. So you can see this is just a basic screenshot, and we're doing live right now. So I'm live streaming right now on YouTube, BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble, all at the same time. So I don't know why this is massive space here. I don't know that. What is going on here? What the? Okay, this is a weird one here. What happened to my links? Let's refresh the page. Something weird going on there. I guess it's slow. Wow, that is weird. That is cool too. That is a little bit messed up there. Okay, so I don't know what's going on there, but I think it's a little bit slow because I said there's a lot of content going on, but basically we'll come back here later. So I'll tell you about KTX2 here. So let's go search for KTX2. So KTX2, as you can see by the Khronos group, this is they explain it's a GPU texture container format. So we'll go here and also go to their, just a quick run through. They explain why it's a good, because this is more easy for the GPU, so it should run much faster. And they explain the file specifications, the developer guide, and their tools. So you can see the problem with JPEG and PNG files is that, as you can see here, you do lose some. What does it say here? So so when you see the zoom, you can see the differences here in the zoom, KTX and KTX and for 3D and all that stuff. And so they explain all that. I'm not going to go through it. I think I did a tutorial on this way back in the day, So so the one we're interested in is the tools. So let's go to the tools here, the library. So obviously I think it goes with the same place. Well, it does, yeah. So KTX 2.0 tools, and they have the libraries here. And I'm more interested. Yeah. So we say the KTX textures in DLTF formats. So this will allow you to embed it into the model to pack it. I don't think that's by default. I don't think Blender does that, which is a shame, but that would be nice. Yeah, so as you can see, so it said KTS software provides official C, C++, and WASM, that's obviously WebAssembly, libraries for reading, writing, and transcoding KTX files, including downloadable binaries. So let's go to the downloadable binaries. That's what I'm interested here for. Go download binaries. So there's new features here, so you can download. Let me see here, known issues. Where are the binaries? Okay, the tools. I don't need this library tools. I just want a converter. Well, there's a lot of information here. So I'm on Linux. Let me see if there's something for Linux here. I see ARM. Seriously, they don't have anything for. Huh. Weird. For OS X they have, they want me to compile this? Oh, you gotta be kidding, guys. You want me to compile this? Come on, you have ARM. But you don't have, okay, that's a shame. They have Android, they have ARM, but I don't see, oh my goodness, I even have an RPM package here. Okay, so that's a shame because it looks like I can't use that. Okay, so unfortunate. There's more. Maybe I'll go to show all assets. Okay, there's more. Okay, so I was hoping they'll just have a generic Linux something. I don't know what. No, that's Arch. Is it a wheel? Is it Python? Oh, this is a Python. I guess. So that's Python. I'm trying to, okay, these are libraries. I'm trying to find, I have to get an RPM. So this is the file I guess I would download, and in order to convert it to a KTX file. So this is how you download. I'm gonna see if it's in the Fedora repository. So let's go check it out if there's if those tools are anywhere inside the Fedora repository. So I'm gonna check it out here. I'm gonna do a search. So DNF search. I'll just type KTX, I believe, yeah, KTX. I want to see if there's something in the Fedora. No, there's nothing in the Fedora repository. There was another tool here, Oli tool, was it? Go back. Well, so it's not there, but so that's how I don't feel like doing it because I tried this before, and obviously it's more modern, but I tried this before and I had a problem with it when I was using the Debian. So I'm not going to do that. But if you want to do it, so this is the Courtyard EXR. I said I use GIMP. So I'll show you here. It should be under, I think it's in the Blender folder. Where's Blender? Blender. B is for Blender. Blender is here. You see, I have this. Should be here. Courtyard. Here it is. You see, Courtyard.exr. So I'll open it up. I'll open this up in Blender. I'm gonna open up with Blender with the GNU. Whatever the manipulation, GNU image manipulation program. So you see, this is the image here. It's an HDR image. It's obviously, you can see the size. It's 10. I don't know if I resized it. 1024 by 512. I might have resized it to make it a little bit smaller. I can't remember. I'll check it. I'll get the original one. Don't worry. And this was from Blender 4.5, the LTS. So as you can see here, this is a dynamic range, right? And as I said, you can have all these different types. For example, if I want a dark, I can use this one. If I want the dark reflection there, and you can see, yeah. So this is what a dynamic range image looks like. So now I'll show you. So basically, what I did is I went to File, and I went to Export As. And in Export File, you see here it says Select File by Type. So I click down here. And I looked at all the extensions, so I think there should be an HDR here. I'm pretty sure I used Blender. I don't see HDR. Did I use another application? Yeah, see, there's OpenEXR, obviously, that's the one it is. I'm wondering, I thought I used Blender. Oh, I think you can open it up in Blender. Okay, maybe that's why I must have messed things up. I think I used, how did I convert it to HDR? That was a weird one. I must have used, that's weird. I so sworn, oh, maybe did I get a plugin? Did I use a plugin? In plugin you can create an HDR look, to export an HDR first need to create multiple exposures, okay, and then export. Oh, you export as HDR. If you need an order radius, follow the instructions, but type HDR except. I'm surprised I don't see HDR here, unless it's a different name. I thought it would be here. Oh, this is I definitely did use Blender, GIMP. Maybe because I did it in the old version, maybe they removed it, but it's definitely, I'm not crazy. I did use this. I used GIMP to convert it. So I'm wondering if ImageMagick also does it. Does ImageMagick? Oh yeah, ImageMagick does support it as well. It supports. You can select the file format as EXR, TF. Okay, I format HDR, the TIFF. I definitely did use. Okay, I wonder if it supports KTX. KTX. ImageMagick. Can we export as KTX? Oh, looks like you can. Okay, looks like ImageMagick also supports it. Okay, so let's try ImageMagick. Okay, so I believe if my math is correct, ImageMagick also supports it. So let's try ImageMagick. So here I'm gonna go to the Blender folder. Actually, no, I don't want to go to the Blender folder. I'm gonna go to what happened to the terminal? Did I close the terminal? I guess I must have closed the terminal. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Oh, this is the folder. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna try ImageMagick. I know I used Blender to convert it. I'm not crazy. I did. Okay, so we'll go back here. This is the folder I want to be. So I want this Courtyard.exr. I'll show you how. So what I did is you just type magic, and then you this is Blender. I have to go back one. Blender. Oops. Blender and Courtyard.exr. And I want to convert it to, I'll just say Courtyard HDR. So I can convert it to an HDR image, but I don't want to convert. I want to convert it to a KTX. I'll convert it to a KTX. So it did convert to KTX. I wonder if it does KTX2. Okay, I've done KTX2, and I'm gonna go back to where are we here? What is the name of that folder called? HTML5. So you see I've created KTX 3.2 megs, actually bigger. This one is also bigger, and I'm gonna delete this one and just because and I'll also do an HDR, and I'm also gonna copy. I'm just gonna copy the image itself. I'll just say copy. And here, so we have all three of them. You see there's the EXR. You can see EXR is compressed. It's 200 and about 200 kilobytes, 250 kilobytes. There's HDR. You see HDR becomes bigger. It becomes 1.7 megs, and then the KTX is 3.2 megs because it's that's compressed. Actually, this is not even compressed, and KTX2 neither are compressed. So I'm not sure if this actually worked. We'll test them out. Do I need the command line anymore? No, we don't need the command line anymore. So I'm using ImageMagick. That's what I did here. So we don't need it anymore. So I'm going to show you where I got the Blender. What do you call it? Where I extracted the Blender, the Courtyard. So what I did was I'm just going to go to a different folder here for a second, and then I'm going to go to the. I think it was /user. Okay, and I think we go to, okay. Oh, this is Blender Fiber. Okay, so they're probably stored in the Blender's directory layout. So let's see here. Okay, it's in the share folder, and then we look for Blender. Where's Blender? Here's Blender. So you can look here, 5.0, and then we go to, okay, it's not here. So let me just grab, oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. That's off. Come on. There we go. Oh, I guess Blender. Okay, this, 5.0, I guess. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this. Okay, so it's probably one of this, might be data files. I think it's assets. No, it's not that. So things change. It's not color management. Is it? It's not Studio Lights. Is it? Okay, no, it's not. Okay, definitely it's not there. It must be somewhere else. No, it's not there as well. Yeah, so that's I don't know where they saved. This is a template startup. Okay, so let me see, where does Blender, I'm just gonna search for that. User share Blender, it's Studio Lights, it's in Studio Lights. Yeah, that's a nice name. So it's in data files, Studio Lights, and then world. Here we go. So this is the folder. So I'm gonna copy this just to show you. Yeah. So all I did was I just grabbed this one. You see the Courtyard. It's 255. So it hasn't changed. So these are the others. For example, there's a city. There's a city. There's a Courtyard. There's a forest. I think forest is the default. That's the one you see when you inside Blender. So, and then there's a studio, there's night, there's sunrise and sunset. So I said I like the Courtyard, so that's what I use. So you can pick another one if you want. So I'm using the Courtyard. So that's how you find. Obviously, you can go and get some other HDR images. You can even get your AI to generate something for you. So that's it. So so let's look at the license. You guys might wonder why I only do open source licenses. As you can see here, it says let me zoom in here. All HDRs are licensed under CCCO. That's open source. These are created by Greg Zal, polyhaven.com. Originals used for each HDR. For example, you can see the city, you can see the Courtyard, you can see the forest, interior, blah blah blah. All these other ones: the night, studio, run, sunrise. 1K resolution of each was taken and compressed with OE tool. OE tool. Also, OE tool is the one so basically they were just compressed that way. So they took the input one and put the output. So this one. So these are compressed. And I said that's perfectly fine because you see they get very big when you decompress them. So that's it here. So you see I used ImageMagick. I don't know if it worked well. We'll test it out. So all of this were converted. I could base. I wonder if this tool is in the. Let me see if that tool is actually in the. Oh, I have to open up the terminal again. Okay, so let me see if that one does exist. DNF search in the Fedora repositories. Oh, it's not found. So I guess that's another tool. I probably have to. It might be like a Python tool or something to do it. So it's not there. So okay. Anyway, so we have this here. Now, I'm going to open up the HTML file and I'll show you what I did. It's very simple, don't worry. So that's the doc type, HTML. I have the HTML tags. In the head section, I just put a title, so it's Three.js HDR viewer. In the style is subjective. You don't have to use my style. I'm not going to bother with that. It's not needed. In the body tag, there's an H2. I say Three.js HTML HDR viewer. Then there's a script. Very important. So let's talk about the script here. So the script, there's a import map, type import map, and the imports, what I'm doing is I'm using CDN to get the Three.js 0.161. I'm getting the Three.js module, and then I'm getting some add-ons. Again, this is going to be another CDN. You see the way a lot of libraries work nowadays, they use the node format, module format. So they're not the old way where you just put the scripts in your script and just go ahead. So things are a little bit different there. So this is the import map, and this is the actual module. So module, I import 3 from 3. Obviously this one here, you see 3 imports, and then I'm gonna get the RGBE loader. That's from the add-ons. If you remember, 3 add-ons here, loaders. So that one, and then I'm gonna get the orbit controls. I'll explain why we need the orbit controls as well. So here I just create a scene. Use the perspective camera. I set it to 75, so it gives it a nice little 3D type look. And then I set the inner width and inner height 0.1 to 1000. So that's my perspective. I said it's kind of like a 2.5D, but it will give it a 3D type look. And then set the camera position to 003. So I believe that's XYZ. And then the renderer, we use the WebGL renderer, until alias set to true. Set the size to the window inner width to window inner height, and then set the pixel ratio to window the device pixel ratio. So if this is on a phone, it will also work pretty well. And then for HDR setup, the tone mapping, I use 3 ACES filmic tone mapping, and the tone mapping export is set to 1. And then I append this to the body, the DOM element, and the orbit controls for the camera, render the DOM element, set the enable damping to true. This makes the movement a little bit smoother, so it's not jerky. And then I create a sphere, 164, the material, I just set some mesh material, metamness 1 and 0, and the mesh geometry and the material there, and then I add it to the scene, the sphere. And then I'll load our HDR. So in this case, I'm using the HDR, Courtyard HDR here. I already tried the EXR, that didn't work. If you guys know how to get that working, that'll be fine. But I'm saying I'm going to try all these here. Texture mapping, equilateral, reflection mapping, scene background set to texture, scene environment set to texture. And if there's any errors, it will say make sure Courtyard HDR is in the same folder as you are, because we're doing local. And then we animate, request animation frame, animate, controls, update, and render scene and the camera, and the animate. And then this is just to handle window resizing. So if it resizes, our viewport also will resize. For example, we set the camera, say to the inner width. It's basically the width and height of the window. Camera update projection matrix. So, and then they set the size to window width and window inner height width and window inner height. So this projection matrix, this is stuff that used to be available in WebGL 1, but WebGL 2 you have to do all stuff yourself, all the math. So that's why libraries are really recommended. I mean, you can do it yourself, but it's so difficult. And if you get something wrong, then you won't look right. So that's it. Now, because we're loading modules from a CDN, so you could also use Node.js to download them and just have them locally. But because I'm getting them from, I'm using a CDN, I will need to start a web server. So I will need to drop to the command line. I'm going to use PHP, but you can use Python. It's it doesn't matter which one you use. So I have so many of these guys open. I think they're exactly all the same. Yeah, they're exactly the same. So I'm just going to use PHP. But you can use Python, it doesn't really matter. And I'll use 8000. So you see the server started at 8000, so we can just get rid of that. I'm going to tear off a tab here, and I'll show you guys. Here, oops. No, there we go. So all I have to do is just go to whatever, I can just say localhost 8000, and boom, it grabbed it. You see that? And this is our orbital the one that we create. So you can see this, it just follows it, and there we go. So that's the little effect there, you see that? Instead of the boring thing where you just go and whatever as well. So you can see that's our courtyard, and then you can see the reflection as well. Obviously it looks much better when it's also, so for example, if I resize this, you see a little bit more, and the viewport as well. It also works on the phone. I'll show you that in a second. So you can see everything here in optically. So I'm gonna, I've zoomed in. I believe I've zoomed in. That's why it's a little bit. So let me zoom out. Where is the zoomer? Zoom out. That's a little bit big. I don't know. I might have done it on the 4K monitor. That's probably why it looks a little weird. So I want to check it on the phone as well. I'm using my, where is it? I need a web browser. Okay, I guess I need to install some other web browsers here. So I just go to the IP address, and let me delete this. Oh, that's a very long URL. Yikes. Okay, I guess I have to type it in 192.168.1.106 colon 8000. So you can see that's what I'm typing there. Okay, so I hit go. So the site cannot be, oops, what did I put? Put the wrong IP address. It's 106.106, and then you can see it also shows up on the phone there. So for example, you see I can also go rotate and all that as well. You see that? That's the phone. So it works very well, and that's Three.js. So that's Three.js. So that's the tutorial. I was just trying to show you that you can also create your own HDR viewer. Now remember, this one is an HD. This is the HDR. This is the HDR. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to the. I'm going to try the EXR. I think I have problems with the EXR, but I'm going to try the EXR. So here, this is going to change it to EXR. It's the same image. I don't know if this will work, so we'll try EXR and hit reload. Yeah, you see EXR does not work. Okay, I might have to change the code. So I'm going to change this to KTX. KTX doesn't work. Like I said, I don't know if the conversion was correct. The conversion might not have worked. So let's say KTX2. I'll see. I think I need to add something to get KTX2 working. Yeah, KTX does not work as well. So I don't know if the conversions were correct. Let's assume the conversions were correct. Let me see if I can get this to be fixed. Just give me a second. I'll see if I have some stuff from my history. Oh, let's see. This is HDR. Okay, copy this. So okay, so I'm gonna rename this. I'll go here and I'll call this one -HDR. Okay, so we're going to try the Courtyard EXR. I'll show you what the code looks like for that one. So the only difference here would be we're using a different loader. So this time we're using the EXR loader. So that's the one we're going to do here. and everything else should stay the same. Okay, so let's go back here and do a refresh. Okay, so this is the EXR viewer. So you see this is EXR. So this is one of the reasons I like Three.js, because you see Three.js, I can load HDR and I can load EXR. That is a big difference from what do you call it? What is that one called? The model-viewer. Model-viewer, it can't load some. For example, I wasn't able to load the Courtyard, but this one, you see, I can load the Courtyard, and it actually looks much better. I think the conversion wasn't so good to HDR, because you see this is the EXR one, and it's really good. So that's basically, I see everything pops out more as well. I think I think I should have left. I think GIMP did a better conversion than ImageMagick. So I'm gonna see if this is obviously the original. So you see that's the way it's supposed to look like. So this is the EXR. Now we're gonna do the KTX. Just a second. Okay, so I'm going to rename this to EXR. Okay, and then go back here. So we're gonna do this one. It's gonna be KTX2. Okay, so did I save it? Yes, I did. So let's refresh this. I don't know if this will work. Yeah, so that does not work. That doesn't surprise me. So I don't think it was converted properly, but that's the one to load the KTX. Yeah, so as I said, ImageMagick obviously didn't convert it to KTX2 properly. I'm wondering what format it actually is. Let's go to the command line. I'm just curious to see. Let's see, file minus bi. Let's say Courtyard. If I type EXR, you see it says it's an EXR. If I go to HDR, HDR is okay. That's a weird name. Okay, whatever. I wonder if I put KTX. It does. Yeah. Oh, it's still a EXR. So it wasn't converted. So it wasn't converted. So ImageMagick did not convert it to. So what I do need to do is I do need to find I do need to find, you know what, just for you guys, I am going to go and install, so let me just delete this file. So I'm going to go and remove the .ktx stuff because they don't work. So I'll go back here, unfortunately, and here I'm going to download, I'm going to get this tool. I think I should be able to simply download it. So you see there's the SHA as well to make sure that it's correct. So I'm going to, actually I don't want to save it there, but that's fine. I'll just save it there for now. And then I'm going to see if I should be able to just install it, I think, from the, it's done. I think if I just click it, it should automatically install. Yeah, so it should automatically install here. Find all these libraries. That's the good thing about software. Okay, so just to show you that it says that it has been installed. Now, so show more info. So there's KTX2 check, there's KTX info, and this one here, the two KTX. If we go back to the Khronos group, where did we grab it here? I think it had some instructions how to use this. Okay, maybe it was on the GitHub page. Okay, so oh, it was here. So man, there's a lot of information here. Is it just as simple as, and we go to the page. Okay, Kate. I just want to take in an if. I'm gonna make sure I'm doing this right. Oh, they have a whole bunch of tools. Wow. Okay, so let me put this here. Let me try this one. I just say two. Was it KTX? So we type Courtyard.EXR, and I think I just type Courtyard.KTX. It says it failed. Okay, that's taking a while. Should be. How long does that take? I thought it should be. Why did I read those instructions? I think it was on the official website. There was a way to. Do you guys remember KTX2s? Check out, install, blah blah blah, compare. Releases. Okay, I must have. I don't know. Oh, did it finish? No, it did not finish. Okay, so okay. I read it somewhere. Convert to KTX. Tools reference. Okay, maybe this is the one here. Okay, this is not telling me how to use this. Do I just put the output? Is that what it does? Okay, no, it says, okay, options, output file, and then the in file. What? Okay, so I have to do it. I hope I didn't mess up. So I hope I didn't mess up my files. Okay, according to this, you have to get the out. It's the out file and then the in file. Okay, so the output file I want is going to be KTX, and the input file is going to be EXR. It says unknown compression type, so it says decode error. Okay, so I hope I didn't mess up my. I'll try. Oh, I do have. Man, did I mess up? Let me make sure I didn't mess it up. Might have to get a new copy. You know, it's still the same. The file size is the same, so it doesn't understand that one. So I'll try the HDR one. HDR I think didn't come out too well, but I'll try that one. It says, is it a file format that we don't know? No image plugin. Create a tag from a set of JPEGs. What in the world? For consistency. Okay, so that's kind of useless. So I have to convert it to like a JPEG for you guys to, but JPEG is going to lose all that detail. Oh, sorry, I should actually pay attention. Let me see what formats it does support. So this is just a simple texture, so I can't convert it. So oh, it's JPEG, PARM, PGP. I don't think any of this can be. Oh, okay, so it's very limited. The in files are only JPEG. So let me convert it to, I think a PNG should work. There's JPEG 3000, but it looks like, okay, I'll just do a PNG. So let's do magic again. I'll take the Courtyard.EXR and I'll convert it to Courtyard .png. I'll convert it to a PNG file, and then I'll use the PNG. Okay, and then I'll also do the same thing for KTX2. Okay, so if I refresh this, there should be, oh, that's weird, it's still giving me the same problem. So you can see the PNG is not the same. You see the PNG is much darker, it lost all the lighting, but this should still work because it's still, so I did convert it, and I'm not able to, oh, let me try KTX2, maybe it needs a, there's a Courtyard KTX2. So clearly it's there, and they're still pretty big, but it can't read it. So I'm not sure the problem is with Three.js. Let me try the first one, KTX. Maybe KTX alone will work. Okay, well, I can't get it work. So this tool to me is not very good, so I'm just going to remove it, uninstall. Yes, uninstall it. That's a good thing about software. So, and I'm able to show you, of course, because it's been removed. So, anywho, so what I'm going to do then is, you guys saw we were able to do the EXR one and the HDR. So, yeah, we go. So, what I'm saying is that if we go, yeah, so index the HDR and index EXR. So, which one would you use? I would definitely, where's that? But there's more code, but I would definitely use this one because you can see it takes up less space. You see it's 255 kilobytes, and this guy, when you decompress it, it's 1.7, and this guy gets even bigger. So I would definitely stick to the EXR. That's what basically the author of I wonder if, what was that? What was the name of the other tool? It was the, let's go back here. I wonder if that tool can do it. This tool here. So let's go here and try Fedora. So open. So how do we install this? What IO tool I tried, it's not there. I'll just say install or download. It's on GitHub. Okay, let's go to GitHub and see how do you install this guy. Oh, it's a Python, so I'm guessing I have to install it with pip or something like that. I don't feel like doing that. Oh, you know what? Let me see actually what. Let me actually see if it actually supports. I'll just type KTX. Reading and writing about variety. Let me see if it does the conversions. Reading and writing. It doesn't say. Building and installation. This could work partly for Windows. Oh, here we go. So plugins, it does support EXR, HDR. I don't see KTX. So that's what I was saying. The problem with KTX and KTX2 is like, you see, they won't be supported. So I don't even need to. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother here. So, oh, you know what? I'm going to try one more thing. So I'm going to open up this image again. I'm going to open up with GIMP. Oh no, not this one. I'm going to open up. You remember when I used ImageIMagiO, it didn't come out very well. I believe I did use GIMP. I don't know if there's a plugin I installed. It might have been a plugin. So this, you can see all the information is all there. So I'm going to try to go export again. And instead of that, I'm going to just put .HDR. Already, yes, I want to override it. Okay, so I have overwritten it. And let me see what the file size is. It's 2.1. Oh, 2.1 meg. So that's actually good. I believe, yeah, I did use GIMP. I did use GIMP to export it. So even though GIMP doesn't say it, it definitely did work. How do I know it worked? Because we're going to try this one, index This one, let me just grab this file name, the HDR one, and we go here, and we just type slash, and there we go. Oh, there we go. So GIMP does a much better job than ImageMagick in conversions. You see, it's not that. I mean, there's still a few little problems here, but it's way more. It's more true to the EXR version. I didn't realize that there's a slight little loss. I can actually see it. There's like a bluish tint there. Yeah, right there you can see that bluish type of tint, which wasn't there in the EXR image. But there we go. So GIMP does a much better job than ImageMagick. Who knew? I'm wondering if I can do the same thing for this one's here. So let's try that again with GIMP. Let's go. I wonder if GIMP will also do a PNG file. Let's go try that out. I'm gonna do since those ones I guess did not work. So there we go. Let's go to export as. So this one I'm gonna, what was it? KTX. Doesn't have a unknown file extension. Let's try KTX2. I know it doesn't support it. Yeah, it doesn't support it. Okay, so there we go. Okay. All right, so there you go. So GIMP does a pretty good job of exporting HDR. So if you want to export from EXR to HDR, use GIMP. It does a decent job. As you can see, it's much bigger than the EXR. XR is more compressed, and so you probably that's the one you want to use, not not this one. When you decompress, it gets really big, and it gets even bigger when you do the KTX versions. So there we go. So that's basically the tutorial. Let's finish this up. I think this is taking longer than I expected. If you want to deepen your knowledge, you can check out the following resources. I have books on Amazon. I have Learning JavaScript. The link is also in the description. You can search for Ojambo. I also have courses. I have Learning JavaScript online course available on ojamboshop.com. All you need is just a web browser. The link is also in the description. And I also offer one-on-one tutorial sessions. You can contact me on ojambo.com/contact. Yeah, that's it. The link is also in the description for that. So let's go to the conclusion. Using Three.js to display HDR images in a browser is an excellent way to learn modern web graphics. While EXR files are perfect for Blender, they should be converted for the web. HDR is ideal for learning. KTX2 is the best choice for real-world development. With the workflow shown here, beginners can confidently move from Blender assets to efficient HTML5 experiences. And with that said, I'd like to implore you to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because the more people subscribe, the more the content gets pushed out to more viewers, and those viewers can join this growing community, post their requests, or post tips and tricks, which I'll then share with the rest of you. And with that, I will go back to show you. I also have other recommended resources. I live in a rural area, so there's no internet, and the cellular service is sporadic. So I use SpaceX Starlink residential service. If you think you're getting it, please use my referral link. You'll get a massive discount. Right now in Canada, you get the equipment for free if you use a referral link. Use my referral link. Anywhere else, the type of discount and its duration will depend on your geographical location, but you will get a massive discount. So do use my referral link. I also have an affiliate link. It's for the Honeywell HeatBag personal ceramic heater. It's available on Amazon. I use it. I've been using it since October. You see when it cooled down. So it has two settings, low and high. Low is 170 watts, high is 250 watts, and it has a protection. When it tips over, it triggers this guy here. So this guy has helped me save hundreds of dollars during the cold system for propane, because propane is what's used to heat up the furnace, which is how this place is heated. So remember, this is a space heater, so it only heats up your space. It's not meant to heat up the house. It's not meant to heat up the entire room. It's just your personal space. And for me, I spend a lot of time right on my personal space right here, which is just this desk. So this guy works perfectly. Also, I dress warmly as well, so I save hundreds of dollars. So you can pick it up on Amazon. This is my affiliate link. I'll get a commission. There's no extra cost to you. I have this algorithmic serpent. It's a psychological thriller. It's about an AI scientist who creates an AI system and loses his mind, so he has to regain control of his mind. And the AI system, as you can see here, it's by me, Eduardo Jambo. And this is the back. This is the paperback version. There's also a ebook version. The ebook version is free if you have Kindle Unlimited. Both versions are very affordable. The majority of the cost goes to printing, shipping, and storage cost. So pick it up if you have the means and let me know what you think. I love writing. So my latest edition is this one, the Recession Business Blueprint. It helps you start a business during a recession. It's a guide. There's tables. There's a lot of text. It's over 130 pages of written and obviously table content for you to start the business. I have everything there. Mentorship. How to get mentorship, for example, writing the initial letter, or how to approach people, it's all there. How to advertise, how to find clients, how to ask clients for help, how to get funds. By funds I mean that it's a lean time, so you won't be able to go to the bank. But I'm saying is that the other ways you can get the funds, or you can have alternatives. For example, when I started my business in 2009, everybody told me that I needed to go rent some expensive place. I had no money. I just, so what I did is I started the business at home, right? And so that's a great way. Even up to 2020, I was still receiving clients at home, or sometimes I would go see them. Obviously, at that time, I was able to then go out, rent an office or something. What I'm saying is that you can start small and it's more effective that way. Okay, so you can pick that up. It's available right now in ebook and paperback form. The ebook version is free if you have Kindle Unlimited. If you want to know more about me, about blog in every article I write, for example, you can see here I'm a programmer, software engineer, web developer, author. My book page on Amazon, the link is here. It's also in the description. If you need support, ojamboservices.com. The link is also in the description. And if you are ready to learn, ojamboshop.com for the online courses. For the online courses, it's a one-time payment. It's not subscription based, and you can then learn at your own pace. If you have any questions, obviously you can post them and I'll be able to reply. So the best way to contact me, one way is to write a comment. The comment section closes after 10 days. But make sure it's actually based on what the topic is. Obviously, if you're talking about HDR, Three.js, that's appropriate for that. The best way to contact me, though, is to use the contact forms, ojambo.com/contact, ojamboshop.com/contact, ojamboservices.com/contact. And if you want to follow me, my channels, Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, and YouTube, that's the ones I'm live streaming to right now as well. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the outro, and I'll go back up here and I'm going to do a few little checks. I'm going to tell you that if you want to see what's ongoing, what's upcoming, you go to jambo.com or watch many live summit. You can see this is the topic we've just finished right now, but there's going to be something we're doing literally tomorrow, and you don't see anything here for the 25th because I'm gonna post a video for you guys because I'll be away. And then on the 26th, we'll do something a little bit more celebratory. Thank everybody. And so that's going to show up maybe today or tomorrow there. And then what else? I'm also going to check the live streams to see if there's any... yes, and there is. On BitChute, Strong Buy has come back, of course. Everything about Bitcoins. Major crash coming. Thank you, Strong Buy, for that. Go check Rumble, there's nothing there, and Odyssey, there's nothing there. YouTube, there's nothing there as well. That's perfectly fine. So I'll see you guys in the next one.